Hello there, welcome to this video on how to photograph your jewellery for Instagram. Now what I'm going to cover is some things about the equipment, some of the settings you're going to use, go through to editing, and also some of the hashtags you want to use to get more recognition. So photography for Instagram is usually much different than it is for e-commerce and marketplaces. Although the single piece of jewellery with a white background might work, a more diverse and interesting composition is more suitable for Instagram itself. Now, composition is a term used in the arts, referring to how all the parts come together to make, a beautiful piece of art, or how the various instruments work together in harmony to make music. Now, this is what composition is, and in photography, this is no different. And this is what we're going to do, and put things together to photograph your jewellery in a way that is going to appeal to people, to stop them scrolling through their feed and look at your stuff. Now, Instagram is actually one of the most visual platforms next to Pinterest. So taking multiple shots from multiple angles in new and interesting ways is how we're going to both capture as well as keep our audience's attention. Combining all of this with the right hashtags that people are actually searching for is the way to go on Instagram in specifically. A last important point before we get into the details is that Instagram are actually planning on both starting and then growing online shopping as an integrated part of Instagram itself. So now is the time to get started with your jewellery photography, to get ahead of the competition. Our compositions in this jewellery photography will get us known in the field ahead of time, so this is the time to get in, is what I'm trying to say. So keep those white background images ready for when that happens, but let's pull them in first with these more attractive compositions. Now, there are 3 pieces of equipment you will need. The first one would be a DSL camera, and actually in this case I wouldn't bother with one unless you want to get started from a more serious platform, as phones, especially modern ones, have really good quality shots. There's a range of these DSL cameras available, and they do take better quality images than iPhones and Androids, don't get me wrong, but phones are good. They have cameras on as additional extras, and you can upload straight to Instagram. So start from where you are and use the phone, unless you have better equipment available. On top of that, you will need a tripod. Having a camera as steady as possible is what's going to get you those really good results. Any movement when taking the image reduces the quality, as you know. These come from mobiles as well as cameras, like the one I'm using for this one here, this video itself. Using this in combination with the timer function is what's going to keep a real steady shot, so that if you click timer and then 3, 2, 1, it takes a shot without you touching it, that pure stability is going to do you well moving forward. And then the last thing you need to get is an auto scheduler, because consistency is key and it really helps. You can do all your photography and editing in one sitting, then upload all your photos with their associated content and hashtags to the software, and then just let the auto scheduler upload a new post every day while you forget about it. And having this consistency is what's going to get you more and more exposure moving forward. Now, moving into a bit more on composition, we're going to talk about the law of odd numbers. Now that either some or all of the previous steps are in place, it's time to start thinking about how to arrange all the jewellery, the props, everything else you want to put together inside of the photo. Odd numbers always look more aesthetically pleasing than even numbers, so even if you're showcasing a few different pieces, arrange an odd number in a diagonal or triangular pattern and you'll be on the right path. Just say diagonals, triangulars and odd numbers. Those 3 components will really up your attractiveness in the composition. And now, when choosing your backgrounds and props, there's actually a Wikipedia article on this about complementary colours. Now, contrasting your props, backgrounds and jewellery with these colour pairings in mind is something not everyone knows about outside of the arts industry. So it's another step getting you closer to your goals of beating the competition. And by competition, I mean the other people in your viewers' Instagram feed who are looking to grab their attention with their photography of their jewellery pieces too. So matching these colours up, i.e. the background with the jewellery itself, is going to be the way to go. So search for that on Instagram. Now, another point is to give people an insight into the whole creative process that went into the creation of the jewellery, and that will help them connect with the person and all the work that goes unseen behind the scenes. Show people how you create what you were photographing and use these 3 methods to show them. Okay, so number 1 would be using videos to put in the stories feed. You know, having it sped up or on a loop are the best ways of doing this to capture people's attention, because people have short attention spans when it comes to Instagram, and they're just flicking through profiles to kill some time. So go with that behaviour by not taking up too much of their time. If they want longer videos, they'll come to YouTube for that. The second one is the direct live video. People who are coming to watch you live are the exception to what I said above, and seeing something live has a different feel to it. People can also ask questions to you in real time and are willing to sit there a bit longer, which helps you connect to the audience even more. So, and you can really think about that to engage the audiences on top of the photography. But images is, you know, this isn't as interactive as videos, but it does cater to those with little time to spend watching videos. Using a range of media is what will get you results, because you're giving as many people as possible what they want based on their time limitations. And what I mean by that is using images for people with next to no time, videos for people in the middle and the story, and those live videos for people with more time. So you can actually use a free app by Adobe called Spark, and you can create some really nice images of that as well, to add text in there on top of your photography. Now, before this video goes on for too long, I've actually written a full blog post on all the steps to take, some hashtags for you to copy and paste over, specifics on different types of jewellery. If you just click on the link below in the description, head over to that article and read all the steps there. Okay, thanks, and hope to see you over at the site. Cheers, bye.